You probably have never heard of Tom Pado, but chances are you've seen or experienced the underwater technologies he's helped develop as they do their job in the most extreme deep water conditions around the world. The stories and experiences Tom has to share are unique, yet they are stories many can relate to as we all share a common life journey.
We'd like to invite you along to our work site at the bottom of the ocean on board the Ocean Arms 1. John Fike and Tom Pado carry out an in-water systems check, making sure that nothing was damaged and that all exterior systems have maintained watertight integrity during the launch.
The son of Slovak immigrants, Tom grew up among the steel mills of Gary, Indiana, where he faced the struggles typical of a child growing up in a tough blue-collar town. As a latchkey kid, Tom often found himself alone and to his own devices. He would often create concoctions using household cleaners and anything available under the kitchen sink. It wasn't until later in life when he realized that some were lethal and similar to mustard gas. Tom's outside-the-box approach to science eventually led him to making homemade rockets. Again, disaster barely avoided because he nearly burnt down his family's house. Tom's hardships continued in the classroom. He failed the 3rd grade. High school was not much easier. However, there was one place where Tom excelled: geometry. He also excelled in the pool, where he made the varsity swim team as a freshman. Today, he still holds the school record in the breaststroke. Tom was a good kid, but a lousy student. He graduated 409th out of a class of 413. After graduation, Tom joined the Navy, where he immediately discovered he suffered from seasickness. He entered submarine school, where he served on the USS Sea Robin 407 and USS Bakuna 319. It was this underwater experience where Tom was first introduced to submersible technology. It was during his Navy service when he secretly built his first submarine with his friends using parts they got from the base. After his Navy service, Tom studied physics at Indiana University and later transferred to the Florida Institute of Technology, where he received a degree in oceanographic technology and graduated with honors. Tom credits his Navy experience with giving him the necessary maturity and discipline to make it through school. Tom's ideas and out-of-the-box thinking brought innovation and controversy to the classroom. His concepts were often met with skepticism from his peers and professors. Tom's senior engineering project at Florida Institute included designing and building a submersible vehicle. His classmates didn't think his design would work, but it did. Not only did the wooden submersible work, the project's success vindicated his controversial design and inspired a cartoon created by his classmates dubbed Captain Fireplug. Tom's professional life began at the Smithsonian Institute, where he found himself working on a team doing the deepest dives in the world. While working his way up the ladder, Tom was surrounded by some of the most innovative diving equipment of the time. Robes and lockout subs were his tools, and underwater habitats were his office. Tom was involved in the building of the Smithsonian's 2nd submersible and volunteered to make its first leak test. The submersible was funded by the oil industry, who appreciated Tom's innovation and enthusiasm. They liked Tom so much that they hired him full-time to help with their submersible technology development. It was an exciting time when the industry was advancing underwater technology to mini-subs, robotic arms, and roves. Tom seized the opportunity before him, one that would shape his entire adult life. During his time in the oil industry, it was Tom's role to advance the oil industry's underwater capabilities, and this he did while getting to play with all of the latest diving tools. However, what Tom didn't realize is that while deep-sea pioneering, his work was in close parallel to NASA's own space technology work. The underwater tools that Tom was developing often met the same functionality that NASA needed for working in space. Actuated arms, hard suits, roves, and working in pressurized chambers became dual-purposed in their end use. The result is over 150 ocean engineers now working on tooling for NASA that included the tools for fixing the Hubble Space Telescope. Oceaneering is currently under contract to build a Mars spacesuit and a rove capable of diving through the ice seas of a distant planet. One day while at lunch, Tom showed his colleagues plans for an underwater robot he wanted to develop. One of those at lunch was a draftsman who agreed to help him draw up plans for the robot that he would later patent. Those plans, and no money in his pocket, would become a company worth over $100 million and employ over 300 engineers building and operating deep-sea underwater robots all over the world. Over the years, Tom's equipment has been used in Jacques Cousteau's movies and made dives as deep as 2 miles. Tom has worked with the producer of Walking with Dinosaurs on their new arena production, Dragons of the Truth, designing 15-foot flying dragons for their stage production. After the oil blowout in the Gulf of Mexico, Tom and his team developed new technology in partnership with Chevron Overseas Petroleum, so blowouts can be brought under control quickly. Tom has since sold his company, but continues to collaborate with the new owners. One venture involved the development of drone technology. In 1985, Tom predicted the advent of the very same technology that is used by the military and in commercial applications. The same toy drones available in stores today was penned by Tom more than 30 years ago. Today, Tom is retired, but he is far from being a retiree. He continues to stay at the leading edge of the technologies he helped pioneer, and now enjoys sharing his knowledge and, of course, his stories with those who appreciate the life aquatic and man's quest to work in and explore our ocean's depths.